Alright, so Rocketfire. First off, I hope this doesn't come off wrong, but I have no use for hot rods or race cars, and I'm very grateful that Hot Wheels has stuck with Rocketfire. Here's their 2019 Super Chromes version, and one of my favorite castings. Always reminds me of the old Flash Gordon rocket cars from the 50s. This is an example by JVZCo that I recently obtained. Love the thing, and the similarity here to the red. I think this is a 2018 Rocketfire. Is hard to miss with the rocket engine. Right there in the back. Fantastic vehicle. And I've got another red one to modify in some way when I'm ready to start doing that. Went through the wiki page for it and fell in love with this orange one in particular here. Nice, nice, nice. And started thinking about how the first one here on this 2008 New Models release, it reminds me a lot of the coloring of the Apollo spacecraft. This is just a plastic thing here, but the white and orange is sort of the NASA Apollo color scheme, if you ask me. And here's the gray and black variant, which reminds me of the Gemini capsule from the Gemini program. It's just the tip of it there, the blue one. I'd say Mercury as well, but you couldn't really control a Mercury craft. The Gemini at least had an ability to adjust its attitude and control, and so I had to have them. This is the Apollo version, and this is the Project Gemini version. And since Gemini came first, we're going to go ahead and pop it open. And I know the collectors out there are cringing at the sight of me doing this, but this is for an art project, and the seller who I got them from has more, and it's at a price where I could get a second example of each to keep sealed. Probably will. But there's my Project Gemini car, ready to go out and test with the Gina rocket. And the Apollo version here. Look out, Wally Schirra. That one opened a little bit cleaner. Always like to retain the packaging for archival purposes. And that's just a beautiful, sweet looking space machine. No, doesn't look like a race car to me. Looks like a science fiction vehicle. And again, with the colorings of the Apollo spacecraft. And keeping in step with it, here's Turbo Rocket. Power Rocket. That's right. Here in a HW space configuration form. They also have a Super Chrome versions of it, so they're still making this space stuff. This is an older one from, I think, 2008. Might have been a first model release. And they all also seem to be drawing from this design of an old Midge car here from the late 40s or early 50s that I latched onto. Not quite the track performer, but in particular, I've been thinking about how this version of Salt Shaker here in blue resembles a Midge car. And there's definitely some family resemblance here as well, with the cockpit somewhat low set, and then the accoutrements on the either side of whatever that engine block thing is there. Beautiful vehicles, and just got me thinking about the history of it. I'm also going to modify a Rocketfire that got chipped. Careful of them Super Chromes. Everything goes back into its poly bag and into their boxes, and I'm going to enjoy thinking about Wally Schirra cruising around in one of these things. Take it away.